Hey, we on?
We're on.
Yep.
And good evening. How is everybody? So glad that we're here again this Thursday. The what is this? This is the second Thursday
It
in
is.
March,
It is. It
and
is.
we are moving forward. And um, today, in the last few days, it's been nice and warm. Looking forward to more of those warm days.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It seems like when it gets warm, people get more outgoing, more
Jack, screw over a little
friendly.
bit more so they can see you in there, and not think I pushed you out of the picture.
No,
Even though we don't have much room here in
no,
the
but
office anyway.
in the
Like
studio.
our studio.
Oh,
It's like an office.
yes.
There you go. Give it a try.
Okay.
There you go. All
Yes.
right. Much better. Should have did that before, but all right.
Exactly. Well, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I am Sharon Orzare, and you are,
I'm Mar or Craig.
and we are taking the journey together.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, we've been taking this journey for just a little bit.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
We've been on the personal journey together for over 10 years, and we have been on the Taking the Journey Together show on our Black media for about 4 years.
4 years. Yes. Exactly.
Roughly, yeah, 3 to 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start off while you finish up what you have to do
Mm-hmm.
with our belief statement. And our belief statement goes like this: we are going to relate. It doesn't matter what your mother says, your father, your children, or even what Jesus says. We are going to relate. At Taking the Journey Together, we understand that we get the idea that we can be friends, but we can't be lovers, or we can be lovers, but we can't be friends. Therefore, I can marry my lover, but not my friend. But we believe in relating in a balanced way.
Mm-hmm.
By balanced, we mean
Said this
taking,
100 times. You should be able to do this off the top of your head.
and I can, except I am changing things around
Oh,
in
yeah.
the way
Yeah,
so
you
it
are.
flows a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
By balanced, we mean
You said
taking
that
the
ugly, too.
friendship.
You did. Yeah, I was. I love that.
No. It was not no malice
But seriously,
intended.
you should be able
Yeah.
to know that.
I do
by
know
heart.
it by heart.
I know we added something different to
Yes,
it, didn't we?
and we did, but we put it
Yeah.
at the bottom where it needs to be up.
In fact,
above.
come to think of it, at once you were able to say that when you forgot the notes more than once.
And you know what?
Remember that?
Yes, I still
It
can.
did a heck of a job of saying it
Yeah,
when we lost, forgot, or didn't bring it
yeah.
to the attention. And so the basic one you knew, and the other one we added, I can understand. What did we actually add to that part of
The part of the being friends, not love friends, marrying your friend and not your lover, your
Yeah.
lover and not your friend.
Well, because that's always been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, from that end.
Yes, and I still can. I'm just trying to get
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with moving the friends and lovers part from the bottom
Mm-hmm.
up
To the top.
to the top.
Well, and why is that more important to do that?
Because it feels like it flows a lot better for me, and maybe it's just me.
Hello, Miss Scott.
it
Good
feels
to see you
like-
again.
It feels like it flows a lot better when it is before the part of what we believe a balanced
Okay.
relationship should be.
So let me ask you, why do you think it flows a lot better when it comes to the actual relationship itself? Or maybe that's the reason why you do it.
Yes.
Oh, I just gave the answer. Well, go ahead.
Yeah,
Mr.
that's-
Bad or David, hello. How you doing, bro?
That's it exactly. I feel like it flows better when you get the idea or the understanding of what's not balanced, and you end up with what is balanced.
I thought you would say because at the beginning, friendship is mentioned as the important C. That is the pillar to what makes the balance in the relationship. Because friendship is.
Yes, it is. It is. But when I understand what you're saying, but that it is true. It is definitely true. It is
Interesting.
definitely true.
Okay, so you learn something, they learn something, as I in turn am trying to get us to always know. The taking the journey together is all about trying to present and express the understanding that balance is the foundation to a healthy, thriving relationship.
Exactly.
Without balance, all of the rest of the stuff is just psychological mumbo jumbo
Yes.
or intellectual just propositioning.
Yes.
At the soul of it, it has to be understood and felt that person is my true friend.
Mm-hmm.
And that true friendship is a friendship that I look as being something that God, a higher power, or someone has called me to be in a relationship with this person. The same way you see movies and many shows that when they are shown in the light of some kind of spirituality or they're shown in the light of something pure, it's a relationship with someone who's what? A true friend.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage
Right.
situation.
Right.
It could be just a boy,
Mhm.
a boy, a girl, a
Mhm.
woman or a man,
Yes.
boy or girl.
Yes.
It could be during youth.
Mm-hmm.
It could be in a work situation. It could be
Yeah.
in a war situation. Sometimes it's out of space situation.
Yes.
But yet the still basis of friendship is the basis that's there.
Exactly.
And so that's the basis that we always have to remember whenever we are talking about and trying to bring across
Mhm.
taking the journey together. That friendship is the basis. So I want to believe that you brought that up forward. If not, I'm hoping that you believe that and understand it now, that you brought it forward to the top, because that is the basis to the relationship of a thriving, healthy relationship,
Mhm.
friendship, true friendship.
Yes.
And you use that and you operate it more effectively and efficiently when two people are allowed to be authentic in it. Just like right now,
Yes.
I'm authentically speaking to you on something that authentically, you know, that in turn, that was something that you didn't quite clearly see.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
Your explanation gave that clearly to me.
Mhm.
Now, I'm hoping that what I clearly gave you has hopefully moved your mindset,
Yes.
moved your consciousness. That's really
Mhm.
what it should be, because that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Open up people's consciousness to move them from their what is that thing that runs all the time? Doesn't know the difference of right and wrong?
Subconscious.
Your subconscious, so that your conscious mind can understand and hopefully override your subconscious mind.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think you're right on
Mhm.
target.
You can
And
get your mic up there so we can hear you.
yes, I believe you're right on target. And what how you explained it is exactly it.
Yes, thank you for sharing your thoughts, Mr. James Smith. We appreciate you being here. And good evening, John Hamilton. Is that Hamilton? I said it wrong.
Holman.
Holman. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you pronounce the name. Who's that?
Mark Abel.
We
Mark
moved.
Abel.
You got to look at the
Yes.
screen. We moved down.
Yes.
Just catch up.
And Michael Wallace.
Yes. Hello to every one of you today. Hello to every
Yes.
one of you today. All coming to. Wow, we got to get some more on all these other channels here, don't we?
Yes.
Look at that.
Mhm.
Anyway, go right ahead. What was you getting ready to say else?
Oh no, that was it.
Okay.
That was it.
Well, that was it for me. I also think that some folks are out there listening. I think also at the same time it helped them, because
Mhm.
I think some people out there listening, they may not had that clearly from the standpoint of what is taking the journey together all about. Why is it here? What is it really trying to preach or push? Is it just a one-side equation that's going
Right.
here? Really, we're talking about a universal understanding that already has been here and always will be here when it comes to friendship. Even animals show friendship to one another.
Yes.
I don't know. We use animals as being the lower beings to make as examples. That's how we treat them.
Because
that.
we try to, for lack of a better term, lord over animals and make them
Mhm.
subservient to us.
Yes, exactly. Make it seem like we're better than them. Hey, we're going to also be on another show on Hot 21, but we'll talk about later on when we get to our commercial side. Oh,
We
not
don't
commercial. I'm
take-
sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you, friend. So what are we going to talk about, or do we want to see if we can go right to our, what we usually have is videos that we
Mhm.
use to trigger our conversation off? I was hoping we were going to have that couple that we had before that we did this weekend. Tell a little bit of what we did this weekend with a beautiful couple in Savannah, Georgia,
Yesterday.
right on the corner of Waters Avenue and 31st Street, right?
I think it was 31st.
Yeah, it was, because I
Yeah.
was looking at
Yeah, the sign.
the sign
Yeah.
when I announced it as the DJ DJ Equinox. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And so once you tell a little bit more, but I was going to pull some pictures up, but I can't find them at this time. But go ahead, Sherry.
Well, yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, we were out on 31st and Waters, in front of the what is it called? Penny Saver Food Mart, and we had a community kickoff for the March Madness that is going to be happening at, I'm not exactly sure what community center,
Yeah.
but it's a March Madness tournament and there's a cash prize. You can, we'll get you some contact information later if you are interested in being a part of it. Um, we were out there, Unity in the Community. Entertainment provided the sound system and the music through DJ Equinox, and yeah, it was just a really nice, a nice occasion. Josh Powell, who's a former NBA player, was there. He's also a part of this event and
What's his
promoting it.
organization name, by the way?
His organization is 21 Reasons to Give, and they and he was out there supporting all of what was going on. So it was Building Bridges, Josh Powell with 21 Reasons to Give, and Unity in the Community. And of course, Taking the Journey Together was out there. And it was just a really good time. The community, it was a very good community, community feel good moment.
Yeah.
It was wonderful watching the kids out there being kids, kids playing with the basketball, kids on scooters, kids on bikes. There's this one little girl that was riding through on what you could tell was a brand new bike with training wheels on it. And she
boy,
just,
did she had some training wheels, didn't she?
Yes, and she just kept coming through and getting the hang of being on this little bike with the training wheels. But there was that big open space where they had blocked off the parking lot and everything, so they didn't have to worry about cars coming through or anything like that. And so it was really nice, and the people at the Penny Saver were very friendly and welcoming.
Well, look at hey, voila, we've got some pictures. There's some of the pictures there. Look at that.
And some of the people from the community.
Well, we were doing the entertainment. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know that. No, that's fine. And that's
Mr.
Mr. Calvin Lawrence.
Good couple, good powerful couple.
Yes, yes, they are
doing some great things in Savannah. Let's be talking to them there, and there's some of the people in front of the store.
Yes.
What's the name of the store, by the way?
Penny Saver Food Mart.
Exactly.
Yes.
Young kids were out there, so she's up there with her jams.
Yeah. Well, yes.
And what else? Go ahead.
And so we were just out there providing the music, and the community was really enjoying the music, and some of them were just, they just sat down and just listened and just really really enjoyed
blocked it off.
Had the news was out there,
bouncy house across the street, and then that's historic water avenue that they're the city's restoring and bringing in monies and funds to hopefully build bridges. I mean, not build bridges, all right. But if those who are looking at trying to get some business, African American people who are looking for some business, I think the city's willing to help out with loans and taxes and stuff like that. Well, you can come and build some bridges as for buildings, because we need them. I mean, businesses, because we so many bees. Anyway, businesses in that community, because they need some, and there's some being built there now, but there's certainly open for some more. It looks like the camera was there. I don't know what particular station that was there. That's me behind what I like doing is DJ Equinox. She was taking a good picture of me running a board there. That was kind of fun. There's their
there's the sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Yesterday being the kickoff, and there's Josh Powell.
Man, did you see how tall he is? I think he's about 6'5".
Oh my gosh.
He played for Los Angeles Lakers. I think he played 2 championships, 2018 and 2020. I think it is. He's retired now, and his organization is doing great things in the community have to do with giving back in education, giving back with health, giving back with jobs. I forgot the other thing that his vision is all about, but he's also doing some things in other particular countries from what I hear at the same time.
I think he played in some of the leagues in other countries.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did. Just kind of going through the pictures. Keep on talking. I'm sorry.
Yes. And that one lady that you just showed a minute ago, she came rolling up on her little scooter with her helmet on.
That's where the organization's actual houses. They actually give homes in places for people who have a hard time of finding a place to be able to stay and live. She's been doing it for quite a while. What is her name, by the way?
Kanya Nunley.
Yes, Tanya Nunley.
Kanya.
In fact, we're gonna get a picture up here. Well, so that's him. He stayed around around for quite a while. The police was out there. That was the food that they also were having too at the same time out there.
Yeah,
which
hot
was
dogs
wonderful.
and hamburgers,
Mhm.
and and just
Community was
providing it
good.
for everybody.
Yeah, they really.
who
And that's
was-
a
who
long
was there.
interview that we had with him, talking with him, that Sharon put together one of the times for show it for him to talk about it. It was very good from that end. And of course,
Yes.
that's a picture of us three. and you can see shorty and tallest. Anyway,
Yes.
yeah, that was good. Very, very good.
It
Was
was,
it?
it was a fun evening because we were able to see people being themselves and just enjoying where they were in the comfort of where they were.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so we're going to bring up a controversial person and our controversial, what do you want to call it this time around?
Conversation.
Yes, our controversial conversation that we're going to be talking about right here. This young man is, what's his name?
Dr. Umar
Dr.
Johnson.
Umar Johnson, and we're going to hear some things he's got to say, and then we're going to start a topic off of that. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna have Sharon turn her mic a little bit because that's been the problem for me before. Hold on for a second, maybe it goes this way. Whoa,
Maybe not.
I know what happens. Turn that down. Now you can't.
Okay.
Turn it that way and turn it over. Don't go too far. But right there to that. Hold that there. And let's get this going and see what Dr. Umar's got to say. What? No.
House by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. You understand me? Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now, and it has been that way for about 50 years. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down. Or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that. And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be
in the
held
strong-
accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. We try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. You understand me? Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now, and it has been that way for about 50 years. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down. Or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that. And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be
in the
held
strong-
accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need.
Okay. Wow. That was powerful. Dr. Umar just started some trouble. I'm saying to you, didn't he? He just started some trouble. Where do you want to start from? Because there's so many places in that. And by the way, our topic is called the C word. Now we got C words now that could be a problem for some of you. What's this? Oh, hold on. I was muted, by the way. Dr. Umar has a lot
Hopefully-
to say. You
hopefully-
might feel it through your mic,
Yes.
hopefully. But he does have a lot of things. Sometimes people agree with some things he don't.
Yes.
I can agree with some of the things he says. This one is kind of a mixture, but our topic is about what?
Compliment.
Now, I just found out today this English teacher is going to help us out. There are two kinds of compliments, but it all depends upon what vowel is in them. Let's see if our English teacher could help us out on what compliment we're talking about. Ding, doom, ding, doom,
We're
ding,
talking
doo,
about
doo.
the-
Which letter is that is the vowel.
we're talking about the I.
I before E, except after C. No, go ahead. Which compliment are we talking about?
We're talking about the compliment in which you enhance something or someone.
You put the E in it, not the I.
Okay.
Did you not know
I
that?
did not know that.
That's right. There's two compliments. They'll spell one with an I and one with the aha. I got her on one. I got aha.
Yeah.
I got her on one.
Thank you.
It has to do with the E. The
I love
one with the I. She'll look it up after this. By the way,
Yes, she will.
I guarantee.
And she
The-
will get it down into her, and not only that, she will take it and teach it to someone else.
Yes,
That's what I do.
So basically the and this is our what second time we're talking about this?
Yes.
Yes. Basically, this has to do with the I, by the way, has to do with a statement that you make that is making someone feel good
Mhm.
or enhances a person in their outside looks.
Yes.
Again, for the outside looks.
Like, for
Go ahead.
example, you look handsome today.
Mhm.
Or that was a great dinner you put together.
Mhm. Can you spell it for me? COM?
PL. Which one?
No, the one we're just talking about, the E, of course.
COM
Mhm.
PLE
PLE.
MENT.
There you go. The other one will have a T, but we're not. The I. It'll be COMPLIMENT. But that's the one she explaining. But the one we finish that. I'm sorry, I did not give you. I gave you.
No,
opportunity
I
to
was
start,
done.
and then I didn't compliment you on finishing it.
I was done.
Okay.
I
so-
just wanted to give an example.
exactly. So we are actually talking about this one below. COMPLEMNT. That's what we've been talking about.
Yes.
The compliment we are referring to has to do with the enhancement of the individual from where? Wow, I just tore everything up on the screen. I just basically notes, but I'll tell you off the top of the head. The enhancement of the individuals from the inside.
Yes.
That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
I'm
from
sorry.
the
You
inside.
kind of
Oh, yeah, I did.
threw
Shame
me
on
off
me.
there just a little
Shame's
bit.
on me. Shame's on you.
Yes.
But now that you have it, right?
yes.
Now we can go ahead and do it a little bit better. Go ahead. Let's
Absolutely.
look at what we were talking about. Give us a better definition from the inside when it comes to this.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Compliment. You have to. I'm sorry. It's about creating synergy where both partners enhance each other's growth, stability, and well-being without one overpowering or diminishing the other.
Exactly. Say it again.
It is about creating synergy
Mm-hmm.
where both people,
Come on, you're supposed to know this by heart.
where both partners enhance each other's growth, stability, and well-being without one overpowering or diminishing the other.
So let's connect it to what Dr. Umar was saying. He was saying that if you're in a relationship with a black woman, this is for black folks now, for black folks who are listening, he was saying in so many words that some of those sisters who are being self-centered, who are being ratchet-like, who are being hoes, who are being mostly about themselves, at bad, whatever it would be, or maybe emotionally destructive in your relationship, that he was saying that they are being that way because many times black men are not taking on the responsibility individually, so that they could have caused it and made that happen. What do you think? Is that what he's saying?
I think that's part of what he's saying,
Mhm.
but I don't think that he's necessarily focusing on the negative attributes of females. I think he's focusing on what could be perceived
Mhm.
as negative attributes of black women.
Mhm.
But what he's saying is, I think, twofold. One, women have by default
Mhm.
taken on what could be considered masculine traits
Mhm.
in that they have to be more responsible and do things that stereotypically we have been told by the powers that be, whatever they are,
Mhm.
that women are not supposed to do. or should not have to do in a relationship because they're not in a relationship. And two, women don't really want to be in that position.
You know what I thought out of what you just said?
Mhm.
It's excuse. You're the other. I'm gonna be like the other brother, the Nixon,
Yes.
Nixon advocate. He said, "So, are you trying to say that a man should hold himself personally responsible for the attitude and the action of what a woman is doing and has did? That's bad in that relationship. Is that what you're saying?"
And I don't think he's saying that a man has to hold himself responsible for what other men have done. And I don't think it is particularly or specifically all on the shoulders of Black men, because in a lot of ways, the things that Dr. Umar was talking about, where Black men have disproportionately been incarcerated, where Black men have systematically been removed from the household. You know, when laws were put into place or rules were put into place that tore down the Black home, whereas if
It's getting long.
it is, but this is long. Whereas if a family wanted to stay together,
Mhm.
but the funds, job requirement, and things of that sort
Mhm.
were lacking,
Mhm.
it was set up so that the family would starve
Mhm.
if the Black man stayed in the home. So quite often he had to leave for the well-being of his wife and children.
Yes, that's still something going on. You know, I'm gonna give to you. I know you've been not hearing this, but you got a chance to hear that yay without everybody else hearing that yay. I know you're very glad, but it ain't gonna last long because I'm gonna plug him up and he's gonna be able to give you. I think that's a good explanation. I think many, look at me getting my eyes down too,
Yeah.
with my glasses on, that many people would agree with you. They would give you a crowd yay. Didn't happen. I don't know why it didn't happen. Not at
Well,
all.
Yay.
Anyway, maybe it's not supposed to be. I don't know. Let me try this other knob right here. See what happens.
Yay.
I don't have the slightest idea what's going on and why it's not happening. But anyway, I think they would give you a lot of yay because I think a lot of people think of that relationship in that statement, what he's talking about in that matter. Do you not think? I think we do a lot think about it that way. I'm not saying that it's the best way that we should think about it, but I think that's one of the things that we do a lot when it comes to our relationship, that we will actually say, well, when it really comes down to it, it is that bigger picture. Other people have caused me to feel this way. Other people have set me up to be this way. My ancestor in the past, everyone's acting the same. So let's take this on as I hate to use the word, as a crowd fun particular responsibility. And that's what we mean when I'm getting on you as an individual. What do you think about that?
People can say that, but you have to look at who's saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking, are the people who's saying it the people who have had every opportunity and taken advantage of it, or the people who have had setbacks and found ways to rise even though they've had setbacks? Or are you talking about the people that have had so many setbacks compounded daily, monthly, yearly, and ancestrally that they don't seem to be able to get a leg up or a hand up?
Break any other place.
Then that takes a lot. It's the perspective of where it's coming from, because we often forget how things have been set against. Excuse me. How things have been set against the
one more time
upward movement of a lot of people in the Black community, systemically set against them. And so, and relationships have suffered because of that, because when you are in a relationship and you have all these outside forces working against you as an individual, you as a couple, you as a family, then
it's sneezing out of you. It's going to get out of you.
It is.
Before it's all over, it's going to get out of you.
And I do apologize.
No, you don't.
This pollen stuff is just
you don't
killing
apologize.
me.
You don't have to. Go ahead.
So, So, when you have all of those working against the individual pieces and the piece as a whole, there is going to be a breakdown. And then when you have the removal of integral parts of that relationship is going to have to morph, and it's going to morph into something that is not the ideal. And I think that's what he was talking about, it not being the ideal.
I think you are, in my opinion, close to what he was talking about. And many times Dr. Umar is very extreme and militantly extreme in what he's saying, just to be controversial, because it gets some likes, it gets people to listen to what he's saying, and there's not necessarily drilled down to where the rubber meets the road.
Yes.
Even though many times it will convict people where the rubber meets the road, because it needs to be, because some people do, some people are that way, and some people many times are not.
Yes.
So dealing with the archetype, i.e. stereotypes that we in turn have that are connected to connected to racism, even connected to the biases of sexism. Yes, it's important to first hit that, but that is usually the top layer.
Yes.
And that top layer, sadly to say, we usually all go by and many times think most of the time that we're like.
Yes.
So
yes.
We're going to talk a little bit more about this and kind of drill down a little bit further, because we're talking about compliment. We haven't got to the compliment that has to do with E. Where does compliment, the bringing of qualities and strength and perspective, harmonizing, how does that come into play with all this? Because he certainly wasn't talking about anything that would bring any of that.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was not at all.
But it is present.
Let's go to our
break,
and we shall be right back.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
Hello world, we're here serving Savannah, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Brooklyn, Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and the world. The best music all the time. The greatest songs ever made, every time. Tune in to Hot 2100 Savannah and get a taste for your ears. Hot 2100 Savannah, serving Savannah and the world.
I see why you mad, you ain't swaggin' like this.
On March 18, vote to renew eSplost. This one-penny sales tax strengthens our public schools and invests in our children's future. With over 40% funded by visitors, not homeowners, a stronger community starts with strong schools. On March 18, vote yes for eSplost and invest in our future.
If you don't vote, our kids don't count. So vote yes for eSplost on March 18th or during early voting, which is right now.
Hi, I'm Charlie Brown. To all my friends, my neighbors, new school, new stadium, new attitude. I'm voting yes for eSplost, and I'm asking you to do the same. A penny goes a long way So I'm asking you to vote yes for East Floss.
Hi, I'm Natalie Leggett, and I would like you to vote yes and keep the 1 penny sales tax. Keep it in place to support and build better schools and facilities in Chatham County. Remember, vote yes.
Vote yes for East Floss.
Paid for by Building Better Futures Committee.
All right, we are back again. Let's tell a little bit about, don't forget to do that voting too, but let's tell a little bit about what we are doing also in the community, okay?
What are we doing in the community? Brian?
Yeah, it's right below us, going right across.
Wow, okay. All
I
right.
told you I'd probably get it fixed.
Yes, and you did.
My toys are back.
Yes, you hang into
The
it.
toys
You-
are back in town.
You hang in until you get it done. That's that
Exactly.
perseverance. I love
I enjoyed
about
that.
you.
I enjoyed that in the community too.
Yes.
Brothers there that came by were checking out what I was doing. Some got on the mic, others enjoyed it. So when I played that James Brown song, what's the James Brown song I played?
Oh, which one was it? Oh gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue too.
I don't mean something. I'm
yes,
crazy.
like oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it.
We'll come back to mention. You can't
Yes,
remember
yes,
it.
it will. It
Go
will.
ahead.
Okay, so in addition to being here on Thursday evenings from 6 to 7,
Mm-hmm.
we are also found on Saturday mornings on WRUU.
Which will be
One-
changing sometime to Thursday. Well, so I
Yes.
don't remember what the time is. I got to have them get back to us.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly
Mm-hmm.
either. But for right now, we are on WRUU 107.5 from 9 to 10 on
Mhm.
Saturday mornings. And we will also be talking about the same topics here. But because both shows are live, there are different aspects that you will get.
Well,
So
one is just radio. The other one, they see us. That's
Yep,
a big difference. between the two.
exactly. That is the big difference. But the thing of it is, we are speaking both of them at that particular time. So the take on them is just a little bit different sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
you have the
won't- we
same,
won't.
you have the same meat, but the potatoes may be French fried or hash brown.
Okay,
Oh.
you're not funny. I don't know where they even came from.
Well,
so
because
leave the
it's-
funny to
because
me.
the state the
Leave the funny
cliche
to
is
me.
meat and potatoes.
Leave the funny to me. Don't talk about the next one. 2100.
Okay.
Hot 2100.
Hot 2100. There will be conscious vibes
Mm-hmm.
on Hot 2100 from 8 to
I think it's 8 to 10 on Sundays. is
10
what
on
they're
Sundays,
It probably
yeah.
won't be this Sunday, but it'll be next Sunday.
Mhm.
I want to get started. There's some things I got to do to get prepared, of course, to what I heard on the station before that happens. But otherwise, it should be next Sunday from 8 to 10 o'clock.
Mhm.
You're also going to find us on our website we just updated, which is taking the journey
Journey-together.
.com. And then our email address. What's that email address?
Taking the journey dash together.
Well, no, that's the
not
wrong
it.
one.
No, that was.
What is
I'm looking at that going. That's not
Hold
it.
on. Well, I'll give them the right one right here. How's that? There you go.
Taking the journey together at gmail.com. See, that's what I
Mhm.
get for reading. Taking the journey together at gmail.com. And you can call us at 786-763-1324.
Yeah, that was-
786-763-1324.
That was my bad because that's what I wrote last time, and of course, it has not been updated.
We need to edit that.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have you do that. How's that?
Yay!
Okay, so let's get back to where we were. I was in the process of getting ready to bring in that compliment, but after hearing Brother Umar actually talk about how, in so many words, we as black men could be held responsible for some of the bad habits, the bad way, the bad action that black women have act, because we in turn haven't taught our young boys to be more like men. Maybe we came out of single parent families, so we had no real representation, and we were just continuing on a pattern that in turn was taught to us, so we can do no more than what was taught to us, and therefore those sons are of course doing the same same things passed on to them. The sins of the fathers in turn go unto the sons and set the teeth of edge. That's supposed to be a biblical kind of terminology. And therefore, because of that, that's why those mothers are having a hard time with those sons. Yet we don't understand, going back to, because this is two sides of the coin, that those black women who in turn are also doing it have the responsibility to be held responsible to themselves also too, whether it's to themselves, as black men have to be held responsible, as you brought up, or the next generation down, that their mothers who didn't have very good relationships with their fathers in their life, therefore passed it down to the mothers. Yeah. And therefore, in turn, you can see hopefully both sides of the coins colliding together. So to me, when we look at it, outside of collaboration, we are seeing a pattern of multiple layers. One that has to do with it should start our relationship with our ancestors that were passed on to us, what we learned, whether it was balanced or not.
Right.
And therefore, we just pretty much repeat that same thing. And so I'm just trying to say, maybe we shouldn't think about pointing fingers at each other so much, which Brother Umar, I don't think he was purposely doing it, but I think he was trying to counter those brothers who may go out of the way to talk about sisters. But at the same time, it may have felt that he was trying to say that brothers should be totally responsible or be more responsible or half responsible. I think and believe in a balanced relationship. We both come in understanding that those outside pressures that's happened under a racist system that we've been in, that has caused these factors, that we have to be knowledgeable about it. And that's one of the many things that through counseling or through talking on your own, you should know before you get into that relationship to see what you two understand about life, understand about each other, understand about the society around you, so that in turn you could operate in a more balanced and comfortable way. What do you think about that? I said too much.
Because see, I do agree with that. We are dealing with systems, we are dealing with examples, we are dealing with experiences that have been manipulated for us not to thrive. And I'm not saying everybody has fallen victim to that. And I hate to use the word victim, but not everyone has had to live under those circumstances. But those people who have, their relationships have suffered. And yes, there are quite a few successful women who are raising children who are still having the same problems, and therefore, as you said, or as you alluded to, it is a societal problem. And the biggest problem is that for most of us, other than people who are educated the way you are, or have read certain books or listened to this program, know nothing about a balanced, thriving relationship. All we are told, or all we are given the example of, is, okay, you graduate from high school, you get a job, you go to college, whatever, and then you get married and start a family.
Yeah, I got to cut you out. That's why I did that. And because someone just came up, as you saw how long this person was, I'll put them up again once I get over there, and said, nope, that's not what that person is. What am I doing? I am lost. Where am I at in this world? There it is. Here it is. Right there. Oh, no, that's somebody new. There it is. Life is what you make it.
You keep saying that's not
there it is. I'm sorry, that one. I want to say to that gentleman who said that life is not just what you make it. Right. That is a checker response that's said for years. We are talking about chess, because that other layer that I refer to is that we deal with our individualness between one another and our responsibility to our family, because that's important.
Yes.
And therefore, no doubt about it, as Dr. Umar said, and was at least repeated from the other guy on the other side, that I should not have to feel that I should take on the responsibility of her misfortune of making a choice with a bad man in her life before, like somebody I know, and therefore that baggage is poured on me, and I got nothing to do with it, because in my life I may have had a balanced relationship with my parents, or I have went through the learning process of becoming more conscious. I don't use the woke word, I'm sorry, becoming more conscious about my position in life in those problems I've had with my family or my lack of real family, and therefore I'm about trying to be healthy. Therefore I'm presenting myself to be more healthy, and I may have made a relationship, okay, with someone either I thought I could help out with, or maybe they came up with a good illusion during the courtship time and I didn't know and didn't ask enough questions. Any way it goes, it is not totally my responsibility for their irresponsibility and lack of understanding themselves. That's on that lower level, or that layer that has to do with the most important in between two individuals.
Yes.
And that individual side that he spoke of, that particular woman may need that same kind of respect, I really call mercy, to say that that woman has had that problem in life because of what either their dad did or another brother's did. Doesn't necessarily mean that's my dad. Obviously, that would be a bad kind of relationship if that was my dad. Her dad, you know what I'm saying? Or she didn't even see what I heard, what I said when I said that.
did.
Or vice versa. I may not have been connected to that brother at all, so I don't have to feel that responsibility, but I can have some compassion for it, as he was talking about. That's the other side too, is that woman having a compassion on the individual level, we're talking about responsible level, that he's not the one who caused it. He's not my dad. He's not my past relationship. So I should not be so hard on him and thinking that because of that, I'm going to pass on my garbage and in turn have him be my trigger when he's got nothing to do with it.
Yes.
It could have caused me and moved me to be that bad person in the relationship, to have this whole modality start in the first place. Now remember, I'm still now on the individual level. I haven't went to the outside level, which is the other level that has to do with how society, getting back to what this guy said, that hey, some things that you can't do anything with it.
Life is what you make.
Life is no. Life is every bit about what other environmental circumstances, your country, your family, your school, your neighborhood also has impact on you. You are not a man or a woman or an island on your own. And if you were on an island, you'd still be influenced by every other animal that was there, especially if it was poisonous snakes. They're going to influence you every day when they come in your tent ready to bite you. You're going to rethink about what you're doing or find some way to defend yourself. Bottom line is you are influenced by your environment around you. And taking the journey is all about trying to understand that, and knowing when you do, you try to make sure that you get a good relationship with a friend, so that balance comes in and allows you to move further in life than being stuck. I don't say the pettiness, but with that lower level energy that many relationships are fighting in, just surviving in. And they're surviving in that level and that area that Dr. Umar comes in as a surgeon, that's what I call him, to deal with relationships that are both mostly in the survival area, not in that area who are trying to move to thrive. What do you think about that? Do you think I said too much, or maybe it was going the wrong direction? I don't know.
Well, no, I don't think you were going in the wrong direction. I think that was a lot for some people to digest.
Yeah.
But
well, help them understand that. Did you understand that?
Yes, but what I took from that is that, and connecting it with what Dr. Umar said, is that we are not to point fingers and say, this is why this is and this is why that is. What we need to do is, what can we do to make this better? We spend so much time talking about what is and what is from the negative side, but we don't talk about what could be. That's where you get your compliment. Where
okay, go ahead.
What can be?
You know,
how do
you're
I?
not gonna like what I'm doing, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go what? One more for you.
You know, it's. I have had negative experiences with males, the way they treated me. I have two choices. One is to stay out of a relationship for a while until I heal myself, so that I can be strong enough to be with a man and build, so we can build each other up, or continue down the road that I'm going. That's not gonna work. If you want to be in another relationship, you not only have to change yourself, and I'm speaking, I'm not pointing fingers, I am speaking worldly.
Mhm.
So it's like everybody, including me. You have to heal yourself. You have to understand that each person you have dealt with, while they have their issues and their positivities and everything, you have to decide which ones you value enough to look for in another person. Because when you value those that you had with this person to look for in another person, that's where you start off with the Sankofa principle, doing things better. That's where you get to the point where you can't say, oh, you're just like him in a negative way.
There you go. Talk.
If you say you're just like him and you have pulled forth the positivity, then you can say you're just like him with a smile on your face, with a smile in your heart and your spirit, knowing that it is time to keep going the right way.
I love that. Love how you speak it too, because now you're getting on the other side where we enter in. We are all about trying to take it to the next level.
Mhm.
Nothing's wrong with what Dr. Umar said whatsoever. We understand that's triage. You're bleeding, you're cut.
Yes.
We are after you're bleeding and cut. You got patches on you. You've been at least stopped the blood loss, and then we now are part of the rehab.
Yes.
To make you even better than what you was before.
He's meeting people where they are.
Yeah, exactly.
We're about taking people where they want to be.
Yeah, and it can be. What I think we should be, especially in the Black community. We should be friends to one another.
Yes.
Deep friends. This couple that we saw and that was with us last week, their friendship that they have with each other is very authentic. We had some good detailed conversations after being out there on the street with them. Much love for them too at the same time. And we got to see at the same time that they had much respect of what we were giving to them. So it became a symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
But they were power couples who didn't talk the talk, but they also walk the walk in the relationship and what they're doing beyond the community. So it goes beyond what that last guy just said. We are not going to let you, I'll say it again, we're not going to let it stand when it comes to relationships, that it is nothing but drama that you have to deal with. We're talking about negative drama that says it's your fault, and no one goes anyplace at all. We're not going to go to that.
Finger pointing builds animosity.
We are going to go past that other comfort level that people do and still no answer. You know what that is?
What's that?
It is what it is. Oh, I'm going to say it again. Let's
go.
It is what it is. We got to go past that. It is what it is.
Yeah,
do we not?
Because it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be that way. And many folks lie in that ditch of it is what it is.
That's
further than that.
That's a hopeless stance.
Yes, it is. It is hopeless. So we are telling you and saying to you that, pleading with you, that the next level to go further than that, the enhancement level, the level to expand your relationship, is you may want to implement some COMPLEMNTS. Compliments. She looked at me like, what is he spelling?
No,
What is he spelling?
we'll talk about it later. No, but what I was thinking as you were saying that is coaching.
Oh, thank you.
Coaching.
Yes.
Because in order to move forward, you're going to need
need some help.
Consider coaching,
Especially if you're
counseling.
buried in a survival bowl. Oh yeah, you definitely.
Exactly. You don't want to feel like you have to do it by yourself, and you also don't want to feel that there's some negative stigma associated with you doing something to help
you need
yourself.
someone to look outside the box like we can do
Yes.
to help you out. Yes. Thank you. Go ahead. Like you just did. There's a number right up there for you to call, 786-763-1324. Let us get back with you and help you out with it. And what's the email address?
Mind at Rest Couples Coaching. The email address is takingthejourneytogether@gmail.com.
We can certainly help you move from that mindset. That's her fault, or it's my fault, or it's his fault, my daddy's fault, it's somebody's fault, society's fault. If you are only in that mode and you even got some kind of educational understanding or convicted from what Dr. Umar said, then you can know you don't have to stop with it is what it is. It doesn't have to be that, because it isn't what it is.
It is what you created
exactly
as a pair.
Not
as a couple.
knowing that there is more to the creation just that than that. And that's Black folks. We should have known by now, especially with this new regime in. There is definitely much more to a history than what they're trying to say in a race. We can't and turn fall for that is what it is, because then we're trying to also say, let's erase of any possibility for us to be really more productive, to really for us to be more together, really for us to be more friends with one another. And wherever level we're at, it just is what it is. No, it doesn't have to be that way. It's not even made to be that way. God hasn't made it to be that way. Spirit has to be that way. And then you have to make the choice to say, we don't have to have it to be that way either.
Exactly. And if you remember, if you build your relationship into what you want it to be, you're also building complement with the E into it also.
Oh, I like that. You've been in oh, okay. Thank you. Woo, she's getting on me. She says, she look like a teacher. She see little hands. But so nice too. You're going to get an apple after this.
Ooh.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, we got 3 minutes, so I just was going quicker. See?
Oh, okay.
I'll give you more. Yeah. See, I'm very good. You throw it out there. Again. Somebody was saying that somebody was showing this this real quick in this quiz kind of funny commercial thing in this committee and say, when it comes to a man, you do not have to really deal with him the way he wants to be dealt with or said, because he's really not that complicated. Just deal with him simple-minded. If you get it down to a simple form, he will in turn jump as high as you want him to be.
Okay, see, ladies, do not believe that.
Well, she just did it 30 minutes ago, and I'm very complicated, like most folks know.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
That's why I said don't believe
if
that.
you in turn still deal with me with love as a friend, then it's easy as can be. And the little point is,
which is like pushing the easy button.
It is. That's easy. So
love
we can
is always pushing
so
the
let's
easy
go.
button.
It is. And how much more should we not have in a relationship? Because we talked about before.
Yes.
We will when it comes to laughter, creativity, playfulness, all those things that we need in a relationship. We saw in the community yesterday when we're doing that there was not enough of that. A lot of people mean mugging, looking angry at each other. But when we were about to be able to leave, people were just wanting us to stay. They were smiling, they were feeling good. If their music stayed on longer than 6 o'clock because they felt the atmosphere that we broke up to have open to other folks. Okay. I think that's it.
One more time.
Sneezing is the last thing aboard. Until next time, what, Sharon? Sneezing instead.
Continue to take the journey together.
Exactly. Take care. God bless and Ashe. Huh.
Maybe.
That's not working.
Well, maybe we're not quite there.
No. Not working at all. I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way since that's not working. Where is it at? Isn't that a shame?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it at?
I don't know. Maybe you go up and try it again.
You want to try it again? Oh.
Nope, wrong side.
It's supposed to work right there. Oh, my bad. Bye.